Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels.
The Acne Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acne Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne. Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Parkview Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more information. Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age, any skill level.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game. the game of life.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to high school football here on SummitCitySports.com. I'm Thad Goff, bringing you the broadcast tonight, and we are here at Homestead High School as the Spartans take on the Southside Archers. This is the final week of the regular season as these two teams prepare for playoffs. Speaking of playoffs, Homestead will get a week off next week. Their first-round playoff game will be November 1st, and that will be on the road against Noblesville. Meanwhile, Southside, they don't get the week off, unfortunately, at least unfortunately for some folks, so maybe you don't necessarily want the bye week. But they play Huntington North. That's next week, a week from tonight, and that is scheduled to be a home game at Southside High School. Well, for the Homestead Spartans, one thing we know for certain is they are the SAC champions. They clinched that by beating Wayne last week. That was a shutout win, 24-0 was the final score. They've had plenty of big wins on the season. They went on the road and beat Carroll, went on the road and beat Bishop Dwenger. That Carroll team is a very improved team, as is Northrop. Bishop Dwenger, they're the defending state champions. They have only one loss on their record. That, of course, was the loss against Homestead. And for the first time in, I believe, 13 years, if I'm not mistaken, they defeated Snyder. Snyder came in here to Homestead High School, and the Spartans knocked them off. A huge win for them. In fact, that game and the Dwenger game were very different. The Dwenger game, at least scoring-wise, was more of a defensive struggle, 17-15. I say it was a defensive struggle, even though Braden Hardwick put up over 200 yards on the ground and I believe scored 2 touchdowns in that particular game. Hardwick had a good game against Snyder as well, but the Spartans won that one 49-36. And now we're going to have the national anthem for you here on SummitCitySports.com. That was, of course, the national anthem here at Homestead High School, and we are just about ready for football. We're actually about 9 minutes away from football here at Homestead High School. I mentioned there's a difference between these two teams. Homestead, they're going to finish the season as SAC champions. If they win tonight, they'll finish it undefeated at 9-0 on the regular season. Meanwhile, for Southside, they come into this game at 1-7. They did improve, of course, off of last year after they went 0-10 on the season as a whole. Now, one big positive for them was last week, Matthew Morris was the leader in rushing yards. He had over 160 yards on the ground for Southside. Unfortunately, that was a loss at the hands of Bishop Lures. But Southside hoping to go out with a bang, and they certainly would go out of the regular season with a bang if they were to come in here to Homestead and get the win. In the meantime, we will now get in a word from some of our sponsors that allow us to come and do the many games that we get to do here on SummitCitySports.com. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260Sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kelly Automotive Group is Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit drivekelly.com. That's drivekelly.com. Simple, transparent, and reliable. Acme Bar and Grill is currently located at 1105 East State Boulevard in Fort Wayne, Indiana at 46805. Order your favorite pizza, pasta, salad, and more, all with the click of a button. Acme Bar and Grill accepts orders online for pickup. Give your home the curb appeal that it deserves and trust Kurtz Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Tom Steel Tire has been serving the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. El Azteca Mexican Restaurant has been serving food consistently since 1973. Their recipes use only the best fresh ingredients. They are family-owned, and they pride themselves on great quality. For more information, go to elaztecarestaurant.com. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. You can count on Anderson to provide you with a system and solution that fits your unique needs. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana. Their specialized sports medicine team offers direct access to physical therapy and sports physicians in the new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, located at the Sport 1 Parkview Fieldhouse. No referral is needed, which saves you both time and money. Visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more. That's parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Well, when we return, we'll have a little more preview of what's to come tonight here at Homestead High School. In the meantime, this is high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com. Back to Homestead.
Welcome back, everybody, as Homestead is preparing to run out, and now they are out of the helmet with a little help from the smoke machine, and they are ready for football here at Homestead High School. They're ready for football. We're ready for football. Everybody's ready for football here at Homestead High School. Playoffs are still to come. This is, again, the final week of the regular season, as Homestead looks to finish the regular season undefeated. They've had a great run of success under head coach Chad Zolman. He is in his 16th year as head coach. Roosevelt Norfleet, I believe, in his 7th year as the head coach of the Southside Archers. Well, for Homestead last week, I mentioned the running ability that Matthew Morris showed last week against Lures. Homestead showed they had plenty of running ability. They've shown that just about all year long, but last week it was Ryan Burton filling in for the injured Braden Hardwick. He had 102 yards on the ground on 15 carries, scored all 3 of the Spartans' touchdowns. He averaged 6.8 yards per carry, and he's going to start again tonight at the running back position. Hardwick's still dealing with that injury, and that injury happened. I was at that game. It was against Carroll. Looked like he tweaked his ankle on his way to the end zone. He hopped his way into the end zone, scored the touchdown, but that was his final play of the night. Did not play last week, and we certainly hope for a quick recovery for Braden Hardwick. He's a heck of a football player, and he is a junior. It's not going to mean, we certainly hope it's not going to mean the end of his career. Hopefully he'll be able to heal up, and if not, come back for postseason this year, come back for the regular season next year. And like I said, Southside got a good performance from Matthew Morris, and they've gotten good performances from a few different running backs on a couple of occasions. Dylan Jackson had a good game against Concordia, but Jackson is not playing tonight. Ashton Johnson had a big day running the ball in the only win of the season for Southside. That was on the road against Wayne, and that was one game where it featured a lot of turnovers, mostly on the Wayne side, but a few on the Southside side, also a lot of penalties, mostly on the Southside side as well. But the Archers got the win. They went winless last year. They will not go winless this year. They would certainly love nothing more than to come into Homestead and get an upset against the top team in the SAC. And again, Homestead has clinched an SAC title. It won't matter whether they win or lose tonight. They've beaten Dwenger. Dwenger has only one loss on the season, and with this being the final week of the regular season, no matter what Dwenger does, no matter what Homestead does, it won't matter. Homestead has the tiebreaker as the captains come out to midfield for the coin toss. Manny Knight, DeAndre Coach, and Devontae Alford out there for Southside. And for Homestead, Jake Archbold, one of the captains, along with Camden Rogers. I believe Griffin Little is also one of the captains. He's right in between Rogers and Archbold. And I believe Homestead will be kicking off. To Southside to start this game. It's worth mentioning, I mentioned that Dylan Jackson is not playing tonight. Another player who's not playing for Southside is Kyle Caudell, a big defensive lineman. He has a torn ACL. And that's usually a very serious injury, although one player who's playing in this game, and yes, it was Homestead who won the coin toss, they deferred, so they are kicking off. One player in this game who dealt with a torn ACL was Griffin Little. He's available to play tonight. He's been available to play pretty much all season long. He comes in as one of the Spartans' top receivers. It will be Gunnar Fry to kick it off for the Spartans. Devontae Alford back to receive, along with Javante Malone, as we are just about ready for high school football here at Homestead High School. That win for Southside, by the way, was in Week 5 against the Wayne Generals after starting out 0-4. Played a close game, at least in the first half, against Concordia. It was tied at 14 going into halftime, but then Concordia ran away with it in the second half. And we are underway from Homestead High School. An angled kick toward the sideline. It's fielded by Malone. And he gets it across the 10-yard line, but now he's finding trouble picking some room. Now he gets out close to the 20. But he's dropped it about the 18, maybe the 19-yard line. Nick Martin, one of the leaders of this Homestead defense, was in on that tackle. That ball looked like it was headed out of bounds. Malone might have been better served to just let it go and take the field position. Demir Clark is the starting quarterback for Southside, rather. Trevor Hapner getting the start at tight end. Devontae Alford getting the start at wide receiver, along with Ashton Johnson, Termel Early, Devin Hubbard, Zion Davis, Michael King, and Jeremiah Powell. That rounds out the offensive starters. Check that. Kamari Brigg is also another starter. And meanwhile, we got a run stopped in the backfield. That's Kamari Bragg, tackled behind the line. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. The ball at the 17-yard line. Demir Clark has been the starter for much of the season for Southside. Been trying to get Homestead to jump there. They don't. Clark going downfield, has it tipped, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted by Malik Mickens. He's brought down to the 22-yard line, and right away, Homestead is set up with excellent field position. And they've got plenty of playmakers on the offensive side. They got an offense that can score quickly. If you're an opposing team, the last thing you want to do is give Homestead a short field to work with. Ryan Burton is the starting running back for the Spartans. Again, he's in for the injured Braden Hardwick. Luke Giddy, the starting quarterback, he leads the SAC in passing yards. He operates from the shotgun, movement up front, and a flag comes in. It's just a question of did somebody from Homestead move first. Some other offensive players at receiver are Jake Archbold, Jared Kistler, and Griffin Little, and the call is encroachment against Southside. Camden Rogers, another receiver. On the line, you've got Grant Parker, Robert McCrory, Sean Rice, Brady Parker, and Owen Heyer. Goody rolling left, throws out on the flat, complete to Camden Rogers down the sideline. Camden Rogers reaching for the pylon. Did he get in? No. They mark him out at the 4. Make it 1st and goal for the Spartans. First play from scrimmage, they get into a goal-to-go situation, and now Burton takes it straight up the middle, and he's in. Touchdown. Ryan Burton. Doesn't take long to get the Spartans on the board. And they immediately go up by a score of 6-0. Meanwhile, Gunnar Fry on to attempt. Trying to make it 7-0 in Homestead's favor. They get it down. The kick on the way is good, and Homestead will take a 7-0 lead over Southside. Back in a moment here on SummitCitySports.com.
Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age, any skill level.
I was once a
Back here at Homestead High School, an early 7-0 lead for the Spartans. They take advantage of the turnover. Malik Mickens with the interception on Southside's first possession, and Ryan Burton cashed it in. We'll show you the replay of that score in just a moment. Our replay is brought to you by Traction AP. Alford and Malone back to receive the kick from Fry. Sends it deep again, he angles it, and again it's fielded very close to the sideline by Malone. Malone may have found a crease, though, but that crease closes. Donovan Leonard there on the tackle. He was the first guy to get there. Got a little help as well from number 23, Max Schultz. And now let's take a look at that replay. Our replay is brought to you by Traction AP. This is the touchdown. The Spartans cashing in on the turnover, and Ryan Burton just plunges straight up the middle for the 4-yard TD run. 2 plays, 6 points. And the Spartans with a 7-0 lead here in the first quarter. And now Demir Clark will go right back to work. They start out on the ground right away, and not much doing there for number 33, Matthew Morris. That's the guy who had over 160 yards a week ago in the loss to Lures. I believe it was Nick Martin who got the tackle for the Spartans. Nick Martin, a senior, one of a few seniors playing in their final regular season game here at Homestead. Again, playoffs still to come. Clark looks to throw, goes out in the flat, one-on-one. The pass is caught. Alford trying to break free. He couldn't. And he stopped at about the 30-yard line. The tackle made by number 10, Morgan Lehman. So 2 positive plays so far for the Archers. Legends, that's north side. Under center goes Clark, and he looks to throw. Well protected. Rolls to the sideline, but a high pass a little bit too high in the direction of number 4, Marcus White Allen. That was Cole Etchison who had the coverage for Homestead. This is a star-studded Homestead defense. You know, there's a lot of, you think of talented guys like Cam Rogers and Nick Martin making an impact. Matt Miller, he was one of the key pass rushers early on in the season. But there's a lot of talent on this Homestead team. Think about guys like Luke Palmer, a 2-sport athlete. Cole Etchison plays a little bit of linebacker and safety. Trevor Hapner, talk about a guy who plays multiple positions. He plays just about every position. Wide receiver, tight end, punter, defensive back, defensive end. As Jake Archbold fields this at the 41-yard line. Finds a little bit of a crease and gets it into Southside territory. Still on his feet until now. Wrestled down at the 42-yard line, and Homestead will get good field position once again. Devontae Williams made the tackle. Well, the last Homestead drive started at the 23-yard line. This one will start at the 43, so in both cases, the Spartans starting in plus territory. Last time that was because of a turnover. This time the defense forces the 3 and out and allows their offense a short field to work with. Camden Rogers, you see there in the slot, he's number 41. He's still playing with that cast around his hand. It was a thumb injury that happened before week 1, but he's one of those guys who's not going to let a thumb injury stop him. Flag is down on the play as Goody takes it around the outside, gets very close to the first down. We'll see what this is. It may be an illegal shift, and if so, the play would be moot. It is an illegal shift against Homestead, so that will back him up. So after starting in plus territory, this is a Homestead team that moves the ball extremely well on offense, but That's the first penalty of the game. Archbold goes in motion, and another whistle before the snap. And Homestead's going to be backed up again, a false start. Well, this is not the way you want to start any kind of game, whether you're up 7-0 with the edge in the field position game or not. Homestead still with a short field to work with, but what was very nearly a first down picked up by Goody, or very close to it, has now turned into 1st and 20 because of back-to-back penalties. They go right back to the ground, and Ryan Burton with a huge crease across the 35. There's a way to bounce back from a couple of penalties. He had a wide open lane to work with, Burton did. We'll see that in a moment. Our replay is brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance, but meanwhile the handoff goes to Cam Rogers down the sideline, gets inside the 20, hurdled over a defender and down to the 15-yard line. A good run by Rogers. And after back-to-back penalties, the Spartans have responded nicely. This is going to be 2nd down and 1, just a yard short of the line to gain. As Goody looks to throw, this will be his first pass of the drive, and it's through the hands of Griffin Little. That was a high pass, and Little, a very sure-handed receiver, could not make that catch. Little stands about 6'3". But this is going to be 3rd and 1. This is going to be 2nd down. They did get the first down on the play to Rogers. They fake the handoff. Goody back to throw. Goes to the end zone. Incomplete. He had Jared Kistler in a one-on-one matchup, and not sure if Kistler was contacted there or not, but no flag on the play. After back-to-back pass plays, it's now 3rd and 10. They fake the jet sweep as Goody backpedals against the pressure and just has to chuck it into the ground. And there's the flag. That's going to be intentional grounding. That ball landed well behind the line of scrimmage. That's Owen Heyer pleading his case, trying to suggest that he might be an eligible receiver, but Owen Heyer is an offensive lineman. So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty and a loss of down. And they're going to move the ball all the way to the 32-yard line. And this should be 4th down. Down marker says 3rd down, but it should be 4th down because intentional grounding does come with a loss of down. And now a timeout taken by Southside as Homestead looked like they were about to go for it. That would have been 4th and about 25, if I'm not mistaken. Well, Homestead has started twice in plus territory. They got the touchdown on their second possession of the game from Ryan Burton. But on this possession, 3 penalties already. And they technically are in field goal range. It'd be interesting to see if they were to bring out Gunnar Fry to attempt one. A field goal attempt from here would be 40 yards. Check that, 50 yards. But they were showing as if they were going to go for it on the last play. Again, Homestead goes on the road to Noblesville on November 1st for their first-round postseason game. Southside, they go back home next week for their postseason game against Huntington North. But on 4th and 26, the Spartans will keep the offense on the field as Goody looks to throw. Steps and fires toward the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Nate Anderson, I believe. And that means that Southside will take over on downs. Very interesting decision there. That was a long way to go. Goody's got a strong arm, but that's a long way to go on 4th and 25. Meanwhile, here's a look at our latest replay brought to you by Traction AP. This was Ryan Burton on 1st and 20. After back-to-back penalties, he responds well and gets him a first down inside the 30. But the drive does end with Homestead turning it over on downs, and now Demir Clark looking for the quick release, has it complete to Malone. And Malone very close to the first down. It looks like he's got it where the referee is standing. And for the first time today, Southside is able to move the chains. A huge stop there on 4th down. And now does Southside have something going? Clark going under center. 3 down for the Spartans. And he looks to throw. Out on the flat, incomplete, and there's a flag. That looked like it might be a push on Morgan Lahrman. It was intended for Devontae Alford, and we'll check the penalty. Certainly looked like pass interference. The officials are discussing things. Going to call it defensive holding. But once again, it goes against the Spartans. Morgan Lamont looked like shoved him a little bit there. And that's going to give the Archers an automatic first down. They converted on their first play from scrimmage after Homestead failed to convert on 4th and long. Yes, they went for it on 4th and 25 if you're just joining us. Clark goes back to throw, running out of time, dances away from the pressure, throws it at the last second, and it's picked off. Mark DeLay right into his hands. Second turnover of the game by Southside, and the Spartans, they don't take over in plus territory this time, but they do take over with great field position. Now, it was very close to Demir Clark being over the line. We'll show you in just a moment. Just took a look at the replay. He was not over the line. So there would be no question of an illegal forward pass, although I believe that would have been moot anyway. They hand it off this time. That's Tyler Burris around the outside. Still on his feet. He's got the first down. A heck of a run by Tyler Burris. He's the third guy to carry the ball today for Homestead, and we'll show you that last interception just a moment ago. Clark gets out of the pocket, but really had no one to throw it to here. I mean, the closest guy was Hapner. He was well covered, and DeLay was right in front of him. That pass nowhere near him. Meanwhile, back to the action. It's Burris again, and he carries it up to about the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 9 after the short gain. Goody hands it off. That's Burris again, picking his way through the hole, and he's down inside the 30-yard line. A good gain there on second down and makes it a manageable third down coming up. That's the second carry of the game for Burris. And it will be third and looks like 2 yards to go. They went for it on fourth and long on the last possession and turned it over on downs. So now Homestead shifts both Rogers and Little to opposite sides of the field. They'll go with the option play, toss to the right side, and a heck of a cut by Burris. He's got the first down inside the 15-yard line. Ryan Burris has had a couple of nice cuts tonight. That one went for 14. And in this case, it gets Homestead a first down in a third down situation. Snap to Goody. He fakes the handoff, dumps it off to Rogers, trying to get away from a defender. He spins down near the 5. Cam Rogers, a guy who plays both offense and defense. He's a slot receiver on the offensive side, a linebacker on the defensive side. He's got plenty of quickness. A lot of these Homestead kids have plenty of quickness. That's Rogers going in motion. He'll get the handoff here, turns a corner toward the goal line, touchdown. The Spartans add to their lead. 3 possessions, 2 of which have started in plus territory. They responded well after turning it over on downs on the last possession. And now Gunnar Fry will come in to attempt the extra point. A guy late getting on. I believe that's Burton, Ryan Burton. And the snap is down. They get pressure, but the kick is good. And with that, the Spartans take a 14-0 lead. We'll be back in a moment on SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
Senior. Welcome back, everyone, to Homestead High School. The Spartans lead at 14-0. Meanwhile, Gunnar Fry just made his 100th career extra point at Homestead High School. The Spartans scoring on 2 of their 3 drives so far, 2 of those possessions starting in plus territory, although the most recent scoring drive did not, as Alford brings it out across the 25-yard line. Well, it looked like Southside might be able to get something going after they stopped Homestead, who tried to convert on 4th down and was not successful. They got the ball into plus territory, converted a first down on the first play from scrimmage, but turned it over on an interception thrown by Demir Clark. He's been picked off twice. And right now, Roosevelt Norfleet III, not the head coach, Roosevelt Norfleet III is warming up as they hand this one off the left side. I believe that was Morris on the carry, out across the 30. And it was Morris. A good gain there on first down for Morris. Matthew Morris is a junior. Tackle was made by Luke Palmer. Meanwhile, we've got less than 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Homestead is a team that's capable of putting up high point totals on just about anybody. Snyder came in here and learned that the hard way. That was in week 6. Homestead won that one 49-36. That's Morris again, and this time he's dropped in the backfield by Nick Martin. I believe that's Martin's second tackle of the game. This is a team that's full of talent at the linebacker position. Think about guys like not only Martin, but also Luke Palmer, Cam Rogers. Cole Etchison can play a little bit of linebacker, a little bit of safety. Clark fakes the handoff, looks to throw, now throws it downfield, a deep ball, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Marcus White Allen. That was Donovan Leonard, who had the coverage for the Spartans, and the Archers are forced to punt. Second time in this game that the Spartans defense has forced a punt. They forced 2 punts and also come up with 2 turnovers, both interceptions. Jake Archbold back to receive. They just get it away. And Archbold takes it at the 45, looking for room, and runs into a guy flagged down on the play. That was Devontae Williams who got the tackle. Flag was thrown almost immediately on the hit. And it's going to be holding against Homestead, so that's going to back them up. Well, they've started the first 3 drives with really good field position, but the field position won't be quite as good this time around. Move it back to the 36-yard line, rather the 37 in Homestead territory, as they'll empty the backfield here on first down. Homestead spreads the ball out quite a bit. That's Cam Rogers motioning to the left side. Goody looks to throw. Going downfield, has a man wide open. Hauled in, Jake Archbold to the house. Jake Archbold had 2 receiving touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown against Carroll a couple of weeks ago. And now he's got Luke Goody's, I believe, first passing touchdown of the game. And it is the first passing touchdown. Rushing touchdowns by Burton as well as Rogers. And that's a drive that only took 1 play to get Homestead into pay dirt. Right after a penalty, again, Homestead responds, this time by taking it to the house. And again, Gunnar Fry already nailed his 100th career extra point on the last Homestead touchdown. Make that 101. There is a flag on the play, though, so hold off on that 101. Players are headed toward the sideline. No flag on the play. So the kick is good, and Homestead will have a 21-0 lead when all is said and done. And in the meantime, we will show you the last couple of scoring plays. These replays brought to you by Traction AP. This was the touchdown that made it 14-0. Camden Rogers taking the handoff off the jet sweep, takes it in for 6. And the Spartans, with that, had a 14-0 lead after the made extra point by Gunnar Fry. And then moments later, this was what happened. A 63-yard pass play, empty backfield, and Goody nearly ran out of time, but had just enough time to find Jake Archbold, and once he caught it, nobody was catching him. And that gave the Spartans a 21-0 lead. And now Gunnar Fry set to kick it off. And it's going to be Alford fielding it at the 13-yard line. Looking for a block. He gets one. Alford down the sideline. Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Donovan Leonard pushed him out. A good return by Alford. And now the Archers, with pretty good field position. Well, Southside will take over. At the 40-yard line, and the handoff goes up the middle. I believe that's Johnson. Yep, that is Johnson. He had the big day against Wayne. A couple of touchdowns in that particular victory. That's the only victory of the season for Southside. Meanwhile, we've got less than 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter, with Homestead leading 21-0. Well, these two teams played in baseball back in the spring in the sectional playoffs, sectional championship, by the way. Oh, a big tackle in the backfield. Luke Palmer. And a big play in the backfield for this Spartan defense. They are full of playmakers, especially in that linebacking core. They got plenty of playmakers in the secondary. They got some good guys on the line, but they are full of talent in that linebacking core. Luke Palmer, speaking of baseball, Luke Palmer, he's a two-sport athlete. He's on the baseball team. I believe he had the game-winning RBI in Game 2 of a doubleheader last year against Leo. Well, it wasn't the game-winning RBI. It was a bases-clearing double that helped him rally. Rolling right is Clark. Throws it on the run into traffic and incomplete, intended for Trevor Hapner. I mentioned these two teams played in the sectional baseball playoffs last year. Southside won that game. Trevor Hapner was a part of that team. With that, the Archers will punt it away, and Hapner will get to work in one of the many roles that he plays on the Southside team. He's a receiver. I believe he also plays defensive end. And he also punts the ball away and handles the kickoff role. They get some pressure, but Hapner does get it away, and Archbold will field it across the 30. He broke one tackle, but not the second. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 34. It's got some score updates. Northside and Concordia are tied at 7. And also no score between Northrop and Dwenger. Handoff will go straight up the middle. That's Ryan Burton, and he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. And that'll make it 2nd and 9. I'm not mistaken, we also heard that Carroll had a 6-0 lead over Wayne. They go with the option, and Goody's going to keep this one. I'm not sure if that was by design, but he goes up ahead to the 38-yard line. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 6 for the Spartans. Another game going on tonight is Snyder versus Lures. Lures got a big game from Braden Cowherd in their game against Southside a week ago. And now a flag comes in. And judging by the reaction from the Southside bench, it appears to be on Homestead. Officials still discussing it. We've got 40.4 seconds left to play in this first quarter. And they're going to pick up the flag. Well, that's a pre-snap flag. That's extremely rare that a pre-snap flag gets picked up. Now, does it change the outcome of the game? Well, no. But it also takes up time that perhaps didn't need to be taken up in the first place. As Goody looks to throw to the sideline, running out of time, now throws it late. It's caught, and that's enough for the first down to Griffin Little. Little out to the 40-yard line in Southside territory. And that might just be the final play of the first quarter. Right now the clock is stopped at 25.3 as they reset the chains. Play clock is moving. Looks like maybe Homestead will have to run another play. Well, the pocket was breaking down there, and Goody somehow was able to get free and find Griffin Little. Well, the chains have been reset, but the game clock is yet to start. Play clock is down to 4. And I think that's actually because Little went out of bounds. Straight ahead they go with Burton, and he lunges ahead for about 2 yards, and I think that will be the final play of the first quarter. Homestead looks like they may line up to run a play, though. Clock's under 10 seconds, but they're in no hurry. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. And there's the buzzer for the end of the first quarter. We'll have the second quarter here in just a moment between Homestead and Southside on SummitCitySports.com.
The Acne Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
For every victory, for every highlight, for every team in the Summit Athletic Conference, we've got you covered. Like, follow, and subscribe for all the latest.
Back for the start of the second quarter at Homestead High School as Homestead is up 21-0 over Southside. Goody awaits the snap. Gives it off to Burton. Burton running down the right side. Burton inside the 20. And a good run on first down there by Ryan Burton as he gets the Spartans inside the red zone. They're up 21-0. They'd love to get it to 35-0. We'll tell you why We may tell you why, I should say, later in this game. At this point, we'll just say it's because of a new rule in the state of Indiana. A rule that other states have had, but Indiana just adopted this year. They fake the handoff. Goody with a quick release out on the flat to Rogers, and he gets upended by Devontae Williams. And now Rogers is still down on the ground, being tended to by the medical staff. He's at the 10-yard line. He got hurtled up in the air. Well, while he's down, we will take an injury timeout here on Summit City Sports.
Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Well, meanwhile, Cam Rogers was able to walk off the field under his own power. That's the good news. And we hope there's no bad news. And usually if you're able to walk off the field, there usually is no bad news. But I've heard of players, particularly Gary Danielson, who walked off the field after blowing his knee and needed surgery nonetheless. He told that story during a CBS broadcast years ago. Fake by Goody, off the left side, bouncing it to the outside, touchdown! Luke Goody. 3 rushing touchdowns for the Spartans tonight. His first rushing touchdown. And you know, the interesting thing is, last year he shared the quarterback role with Jake Archbold, and Archbold was known as more of a runner. Goody's got some plenty good wheels of his own. Now that happens when you also play the sport of basketball. We're getting closer and closer to the high school basketball season. Media Day was yesterday. As Gunnar Fry comes on to kick the PAT. On its way, a line drive kick is good. As Homestead takes a 28-0 lead over the Southside Archers. Well, in just a second, we will show you a couple of replays. Our replays, as always, brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. This was the run by Ryan Burton that set him up in the red zone. Cuts past a couple of defenders and gets down to the 16-yard line. It allows the Spartans to get in perfect position to add to their lead, which they would do just 2 plays later. Luke Goody here scoring his first rushing touchdown of the game, 3rd rushing touchdown of the game for either team, and a very well-executed zone read there. You know, that's why you run the zone read, because the defense, that's one reason you run the zone read, because the defense doesn't know who's getting the football. Another word for the zone read, of course, is run-pass option. Stick the ball in the running back's chest. Defense never knows whether the quarterback's keeping it, handing off to the running back, or pulling it back to throw. You've got the option to run or pass, hence the name, run-pass option. Gunnar Fry on to kick it away. So many teams in college football, of course, run the run-pass option. There was a time where that type of play was never even heard of. The game has changed, and game has changed in a lot of good ways, too. Oh, what a move by Devontae Alford. It looked like he was dead to rights, and he goes out of bounds at the 43. Well, he's had a couple of good returns in this game tonight. And that one's worth showing to you here in just a second. We'll show it to you on the next play. Again, our replays, as always, brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. But can Southside get any points out of this? They've had some good returns, but have not been able to get any points out of it. Clark looks to throw, gets some pressure, and he's going to be taken down behind the line. Bryce Raber. Well, there's so many playmakers on this Homestead defense that can make an impact at any given moment, and Bryce Raber proves himself to be one of them. He just got him behind the line. And meanwhile, we have an injured Southside Archer on the field, so we will take a break. Come back in just a moment on Summit City Sports.
Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade. You'll work on shooting, dribbling, passing, and defense December 24th through January the 2nd on Tuesday and Thursdays. And the Always 100 Pro Camp 2020 takes you to the next level. It's the real college experience for grades 1 through 12. It's June 8th through June 11th.
Welcome back to Homestead High School. Again, we still have an injured Southside Archer down on the field. He's got the medical staff gathered around him, so it's hard to tell who it is. And it was Demir Clark. He was injured on the sack moments ago by Bryce Raber. Well, they're gonna carry him off the field. Well, it looked at first like they were going to try and pick him up by his arms and his legs to try to carry him off, but now they're just going to let him strap his arms around him. And, well, fortunately for Camden Rogers, the injury to him, he was able to walk off the field under his own power, but not the case with Demir Clark. Speaking of Rogers, he's right back in on the defensive side for Homestead. So we'll see who they bring in at quarterback. Jalen Lattimore has played at quarterback on a few occasions. Check, and this time it's actually going to be Roosevelt Norfleet III in at quarterback. He's number 9. Little mix-up there, it looks like, and Norfleet's going to go down in the backfield. A host of Spartans in on that tackle. Matt Miller was one of them. Nick Martin in there as well, along with Mark DeLay. And another tackle for loss, back-to-back tackles for loss by the Spartans. And now it's going to be 3rd and 14 for the Archers. We certainly hope that the injury to Clark doesn't prove to be long-term. Doesn't look like, by the way he was hobbling off the field with help from his teammates, doesn't look like he'll be able to come back in today. Now a flag comes in from way back in the secondary. It's a false start. Interesting that a flag for a false start would come from way back in the secondary. Check that delay of game. Delay of game, not false start. And obviously you've got officials keeping eyes on the play clock. So this will be 3rd down and 19. Archers have to reach the 46-yard line in Homestead territory, but they're not going to. That's Matt Miller. He swallowed up the play. Matt Miller had 4 sacks in a span of 2 weeks early in the season against both Concordia and Lures. And that pushes the Archers way back to 4th and about 26. So Hapner on to punt it away. Archbold fields it, backpedals a little bit, but now finds a crease. Gets it across midfield, now reverses his field. What do we have in store here? Archbold not able to get away from the tackle that time. Devontae Williams able to get him down. And with 8:45 to go, the Spartans again will start with great field position, though not in plus territory in this case, but just on the cusp of midfield. They're at the 49-yard line. And again, this is a team that put up 49 points against the Snyder team that is known for playing great defense. Braden Hardwick also rushed for 200 yards against a great Dwenger defense. Now, the Spartans were held to 17 points in that game. They fake the handoff, and the ball's on the ground. Southside recovers. DeAndre Coach. And is that just what the Archers needed? Goody lost the ball on the tackle that time after keeping it on the zone read. And now can Southside take advantage of the turnover? They've had great field position on a couple of occasions. First time starting in plus territory. Last time they got into plus territory was on their second drive of the game. That was after a Homestead penalty pushed him across midfield. Broken tackle by Morris, still on his feet, drags a guy with him down to the 42-yard line. Well, another look at our most recent replay. That replay, as always, brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. This was the fumble by Goody. He lost it on the tackle by number 22, Daquan Reed. And DeAndre Coach there to fall right on top of it. Right after the Homestead defense had just pushed the Archers backwards on 3 straight plays. Handoff goes to Morris, but this time the Archers not going backwards at all. Morris picks up the first down. They were going backwards on the last drive, but they're going forwards this time. Nick Martin with the tackle, but Morris keeps the chains moving. Norfleet goes under center. Looks to hand it off, does hand it off. Morris trying to bounce it outside, stiff arms a man, cuts to the inside, and goes down near the 26-yard line. And I believe it was Archbold who made the tackle for Homestead. Norfleet rolls right. This would be his first pass of the game, and it's incomplete off the hands of Manny Knight. And that's going to bring up 3rd down. Southside is in field goal range, but then again, down 28-0, are even thinking about attempting a field goal. You want to get on the board, but you also want to be able to give yourself a chance to try to come back in this game. Third and 6. Handoff goes to Knight, and he's upended by number 20, Malik Mickens. That's going to make it 4th and 4. So now an interesting decision to make for the Southside coaching staff. Do they go for it, or do they bring out the field goal unit and take the points? It looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. Nobody's run off, nobody's run on. Right now, Norfleet III is getting the play from head coach Roosevelt Norfleet. And is that Manny Knight being walked off the field? Maybe just an equipment issue, just pulled his glove off, but then again, it was like the trainer helping him off. No, just a quick water break, it looks like. Officials timeout. So we'll come back after this brief break here on Summit City Sports. Nope. Check that. They're coming back out on the field. Looks like they're ready to run the play. This will be 4th and 4, and Southside, again, is going to go for it. As Roosevelt Norfleet, the quarterback, gets the call from Roosevelt Norfleet, the head coach. Roosevelt Norfleet III is the quarterback. Play clock is down to 10. And now a timeout is called by Southside. That is not what you want to have happen. Had the officials timeout moments ago, and now Southside had to burn a timeout. Back after this on Summit City Sports.
The Acne Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
For every victory, for every highlight, for every team in the Summit Athletic Conference, we've got you covered. Like, follow, and subscribe for all the latest.
Well, after Southside burned their second timeout, they're back out to try and convert this 4th and 4. Now, Homestead went for it on 4th and 24 and was not able to convert. It's a much different scenario for Homestead. Handoff goes to Morris, breaks one tackle. Can he get there? He's close. They're marking it at the 30, rather the 25-yard line. He did not get it. So that's the second time today that a team has turned the ball over on downs. Again, Homestead turned it over on downs back in the first quarter. They had the fumble on their last possession. That was after the defense had Southside going in the wrong direction. Wrong direction for Southside, right direction if you're a Homestead Spartans fan. Luke Goody, the SAC's leader in passing yards, goes back to work. He's got a touchdown pass today, and he's also run it in for 6. Spartans as a team have 3 rushing touchdowns. Ryan Burton and Cam Rogers have provided the other 2. And it's Burris. Tyler Burris dropped in the backfield. He's gotten a good deal of work tonight. Last week it was Ryan Burton who ran for 102 yards on the ground in Homestead's victory over the Wayne Generals. As we heard, Wayne was losing at the hands of Carroll. 6-0 was the score in that one. Archbold and Rogers motion to the near side. Here's Goody back to throw. Throws it short. That's complete. Wide open there was Griffin Little. He cuts it upfield. Little still on his feet. Across midfield. Down to the 46-yard line. I believe that's the second catch of the game for Griffin Little. Was the Spartans' leading receiver a year ago. And his coaches have been extremely complimentary of how hard he has worked to come back from a torn ACL that he suffered in the offseason. I mean, you see torn ACLs result in seasons lost for a lot of players. Not the case for Little. Now, this torn ACL happened well before the 2019 season. Quick release complete, and Archbold cuts to the inside. A good run after the catch by Archbold for a first down. And Homestead with it at the 35-yard line, right on the cusp of field goal range. They go with the quick screen. That's Sam Scavo inside the 30 down to the 26. As Goody continues to get multiple guys involved as a timeout has been called on the field. Well, we'll take it right with them here on SummitCitySports.com.
Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade. You'll work on shooting, dribbling, passing, and defense December 24th through January the 2nd on Tuesday and Thursdays. And the Always 100 Pro Camp 2020 takes you to the next level. It's the real college experience for grades 1 through 12. It's June 8th through June 11th.
Welcome back, everyone, to Homestead High School as the Spartans lead the Archers 28-0. They've got the ball inside the 30-yard line with a 2nd and 1. Had a couple of good yards or runs after the catch on this drive, one by Griffin Little and one by Jake Archbold. And this time the handoff will go to Burris. He gets the first down just across the 25-yard line. And we'll show you our most recent replay. Replay is brought to you by Traction AP. This is the completion to Goody. It was just a little quick hitter. Excuse me, this was Goody completing to Griffin Little, and Little racked up the yards after the catch right away. Got it all the way to the 46-yard line. And with that, the Spartans now have it at the 23. Flags down on the field, as it looked like the Spartans will probably be backed up this time, and it's a false start. So they'll be backed up all the way to the 28-yard line. .335 and counting to go. Pressure comes. Goody drops it off complete. Broken tackle. And I believe that's Kistler inside the 15. It is. He's got plenty enough for the first down. And Homestead has it inside the red zone. I believe that was Kistler's first catch of the game. So Goody will line up in the gun with Burris right behind him. He's got Archbold and Scavo to the near side. Late toss, ball's on the ground. It's picked up by Burris, but he's going to lose yardage on the play. Flags come out. Burris was down at the 20-yard line. It's going to be a face mask called against Southside, so that will, I believe, move it half the distance to the goal. They're going to move this ball, looks like inside the 10. Play ended at the 20-yard line. Now they move it actually to the 10. That means it's an automatic first down for the Spartans as Goody awaits the snap with Burris right behind him. Goody looks to throw. To the sideline, has a man open, touchdown. Jake Archbold. Second touchdown pass of the game for Goody. He's also run one in earlier in the game. And it's the second touchdown catch for Jake Archbold. Send Gunnar Fry out to attempt the point after. As Fry attempts his 5th field goal of the game. He's already hit 100 for his career. And that total will go up. That'll put him at 103. And it's a 35-0 lead for Homestead with 2:29 left on the second quarter clock. And with a 35-point lead, we'll talk to you more about that when we get to the second half. But for now, Homestead with the lead, 35-0. And we will show you our latest replay. Our replays, as always, brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. It's just a simple rollout, or Goody just sitting in the pocket, actually, and had Archbold wide open out there in the flat for the touchdown. And with that, the Spartans take a 35-0 lead as they try to finish this regular season undefeated. They've already clinched an SAC championship. They did that by beating Wayne a week ago. And, again, they play at Noblesville next week for their first postseason game. Homestead in the same class as both Snyder and Carroll. May very well see one of those teams. In fact, I believe Snyder and Carroll are scheduled to play each other in the first round of section playoffs. Those two teams played a heck of a game earlier this season. Snyder won that one, 21-20. And is that going to be an onside kick? It is. It's immediately recovered. Did the ball come out on the hit? It was recovered by Southside. That's Devontae Malone. Number 52 on the Southside hands team. And Southside's going to get good field position out of this as Homestead was looking to add a little something onto this score. But could we perhaps have a penalty here? The officials are sorting something out. And apparently they're calling a false start or illegal formation against Homestead. Legal procedure is the call. Apparently somebody ran in front of Gunnar Fry when he kicked the ball. So that means I think Homestead will have to re-kick, and they'll move this ball back to the 35-yard line. So it's the first time anybody's even attempted an onside kick in this game. We've got 2:26 to go here in the second quarter. And Homestead will hope to keep the score where it is. If they do, we'll talk to you more about that at halftime. Short kick, a squib kick this time. And it's going to be fielded at the 25-yard line. That's Alford with the return, and he tries to break free, gets it across the 40-yard line. Well, Alford is a tough guy to bring down in the return game. So Southside is going to get some excellent field position out of this. So now Norfleet will go under center. He fakes the handoff, rolls to the right, and throws, and again too high. That's his second pass thrown in this game, actually his third. That one in the direction of Manny Knight, and he had him open, but he overshot him. Well, again, Southside's had good field position on a number of occasions. They went for it on fourth down on their last possession, but failed to convert. And that was the drive where Homestead cashed in with the Archbold touchdown catch, his second catch of the game. And right now we sit at a 35-0 lead for Homestead. Off the left side, Morris. He's cut down right at the line. Might have lost a yard on the play. And he did lose a yard. A host of Spartans in on that tackle. So Norfleet back out on the field for Southside. They fake the handoff. Norfleet to throw. Out on the flat. Incomplete again. That time in the direction of Marcus White Allen. Cole Etchison was there on the coverage. And Southside will have to punt it away with 1:29 left. Trevor Hapner, one of those do-it-all players. He punts. He kicks it off. He's a defensive end. He's a tight end. He did just about everything when Southside defeated Wayne earlier this season. Scored a couple of touchdowns, kicked it onside, fielded the ball when Wayne kicked it onside, covered a fumble. I believe he even had an interception in that game. Fair catch called for and made at the 30-yard line by Archbold. And that was one of those kicks where it was kicked so quickly you'd think Archbold would have time to return it, but he had guys closing in fairly quick. So with 1:23 to go, Homestead takes over, leading 35-0, hoping to add to their lead.
Homestead starts first down at 10, the 30-yard line. I'm missing one. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I got 10 guys out there. Can anybody hear me that we have 10 guys out there?
Goody waits, gets the call from the sideline. And now a guy is late getting out onto the field. That's number 82. As Goody throws to the sideline, that's batted down right at the line. He was looking for Jared Kistler. And I think that was number 55, Jamarian Fomby, who got a hand up there. This Homestead team has dominated. Southside's been able to make some plays on defense, but for the most part, Homestead has moved the ball with ease. That's Griffin Little going in motion to the far side of the field. Handoff off the right side. That's Burton. And a big hole for Burton gets it into Southside territory. Burton had 100 yards last week, 102 to be exact. And that was a game where the Spartans only had, I believe, 48 passing yards as a team. Goody operates from the gun. Looks to throw, dumps it off short, complete. That's Kistler. Kistler with his second catch of the game, and Kistler into a crease. Still on his feet. Inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. Seems like it doesn't matter who you throw the ball to. Just about all these guys can get plenty of yards after catch, and that's exactly what Kistler did. And now they're going to bring it back, an eligible receiver downfield. Well, that ball was thrown very close to the line of scrimmage. Had it been thrown behind the line of scrimmage, an eligible man downfield, I believe, would not have mattered. But had it been beyond the line of scrimmage, or had the ball been caught beyond the line of scrimmage, then you would have seen the flag. It's a 5-yard penalty, so it moves Homestead back to the 48-yard line. Three wide receivers to the top of the screen. To the bottom of the screen, rather. Goody fakes the handoff, running out of time, spins away from the sack, now throws it downfield, and it's knocked down. Javante Malone got a hand on it. That's going to make it 2nd down and 15. Handoff straight ahead to Burton. Plunges into a defender at the 40-yard line. He's still short of the first down, but a big run by Ryan Burton. And a timeout taken by the Spartans with 25.2 seconds left. Nothing else, they're probably trying to get into field goal range. They're not there yet. Well, in the meantime, while we have a moment, let's go ahead and take a look at the most recent replay brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. This was the run by Ryan Burton on the play just before. He did not get the first down, but he runs right over a defender, gets down to the 40-yard line, and makes this a much more manageable 3rd down situation. Now, it wouldn't be surprising if Homestead were to go for it here. They don't necessarily need any more points before the end of the half. Up 35 to nothing. They could just take a knee and keep it as is. Southside is out of timeouts. Meanwhile, Griffin Little and Jake Archbold line up to the left of the field. Archbold motions. He gets the handoff on the jet sweep, and he gets the first down inside the 35. Archbold still running all the way inside the 20. And that'll stop the clock at 17.3 as Homestead looks to add to their lead before halftime. Goody rolling to his left. Throws to the end zone. Incomplete. That was Archbold again. He's already got 2 touchdown catches in this game. And the good thing that does for Homestead is it stops the clock with 7.2 to go. So they'll probably run one more play, and if they don't get the touchdown here, probably kick the field goal to try to make it 38-0. Goody with time. Throws to the sideline, one-on-one, tipped in the air, and it's caught! Was he in bounds? Touchdown, Jared Kistler! What a play! What a way to end the half! And yes, there are all zeros on the first half scoreboard. I believe that's Kistler's 4th catch of the game, first touchdown of the game. Another extra point coming up for Gunnar Fry. He's already eclipsed 100 made extra points for his career. High snap, but the kick is good. And now that we are at halftime, we'll go ahead and mention this, but Homestead, before we get to there's a flag down, it looks like, on the field. Homestead is running off towards the locker room. So maybe the flag was inadvertently thrown. But either way, now that we are at halftime, we'll go ahead and mention that with Homestead now leading 42-0, this is the first year that this rule has been in effect in the state of Indiana, but with a 35-point lead or more after halftime, the second half goes to a running clock. So that is what will happen in the third quarter. So as soon as the ball is kicked off, it will be a running clock. Clock will stop on scoring plays and on injuries. I believe those are the only exceptions to that rule. Meanwhile, 42-0 is the score. Homestead has the lead at halftime. We will be right back after this break. You're watching high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walking clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels.
The Acne Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acne Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne. Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Parkview Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more information. Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age, any skill level.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome back, everyone. This is high school football here on SummitCitySports.com. We are at halftime between the Homestead Spartans and the Southside Archers. 42-0 is the score. Homestead on top. 3 touchdown passes from Luke Goody, 3 rushing touchdowns for the Spartans. That has been what has taken place as far as scoring is concerned. Southside has turned the ball over 3 times, including a turnover on downs. Homestead turned it over twice, but they've responded well to those situations, and again, they lead at 42-0. Well, it gives us a chance to get a word from our sponsors at Parkview Sports Medicine, one of the many sponsors that allow us to come out and do these games on SummitCitySports.com. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. Parkview serves every level of athlete with their integrated sports medicine team, including the region's only specialized athletic rehab facility. Learn more about their services by logging on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. And again, the Homestead Spartans lead at 42-0, and while we have a chance, we will show you some of the replays of what has happened. These are some of the touchdown passes from Luke Goody today. This was his first touchdown pass of the game. This one went to Jake Archbold. Had a lot of time to throw there, and Archbold gets behind the defense and takes it to the house. He gets the ball in open space. It's hard to catch him, and he was extremely hard to catch on that particular play. But that would not be the last time that we would hear from Jake Archbold. We've heard from him a number of times. We would hear from him again in the second quarter. Score still 21-0. That was when this was actually Luke Goody keeping the ball and taking it in himself, his only rushing touchdown of the game. One of 3 rushing touchdowns for the Spartans as a team. And then later in the second quarter, this was when Goody would find Archbold again. Had plenty of time in the pocket. And there's Archbold right along the sideline making the catch, his second touchdown of the game. And then moments later, at the end of the first half, this was the very final play of the first half, and this was when Luke Goody threw the ball to the end zone. This was a dangerous pass in a one-on-one matchup. Jared Kistler, he's a big 6'4" wide receiver. He was able to catch the tip and score the touchdown. I believe he's got 4 catches in this game. Jared Kistler has really come on strong, especially in the second half of the season. Put up some big numbers for the Spartans this year. And you can be expected to do that when you stand at 6'4" and can go up over just about any defender in the game. So over 10 minutes left here at halftime. We'll get in one more word from our sponsors at Parkview Sports Medicine. Parkview Sports Medicine is the area's largest integrated sports medicine team. They specialize in serving every level of athlete, no matter if they're trying to get better at what they do or recovering from an injury. The experts at Parkview Sports Medicine coordinate your care in state-of-the-art facilities in our community. To start your visit them at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. That's parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Homestead leading 42-0 at halftime. We will take a quick break and come back after this on SummitCitySports.com.
The Acne Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acne Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599. Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade. You'll work on shooting, dribbling, passing, and defense December 24th through January the 2nd on Tuesday and Thursdays. And the Always 100 Pro Camp 2020 takes you to the next level. It's the real college experience for grades 1 through 12. It's June 8th through June 11th at Trine University.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve.
Welcome back, everybody. This is high school football here on SummitCitySports.com. Homestead leading 42-0 over Southside. A couple of scores to update you on. Carroll leads over Wayne. 13-6 is the score. That game is at halftime. Also, Snyder leads 21-0 over Bishop Luers. That game is now in the third quarter. Northrop High School leads at 7-6 over Bishop Dwenger. And the other game going on in the Summit Athletic Conference is Concordia versus Northside. When we last heard, that game was tied at 7. That was back in the first quarter, if I'm not mistaken. But again, those are the scores of the games going on right now here in the Summit Athletic Conference. So we'll take a look at some of the other stuff that has happened. Ryan Burton has had a good game on the ground. Now he's playing in the place of Braden Hardwick. Hardwick was injured in that game against Carroll, and this was one of the plays that Ryan Burton had. We'll show you a couple of his big plays from this particular game. Now there's the play as Goody takes the snap and Burton runs straight up the middle. He's going to run right into a defender. Runs right over the guy. Now he got tackled by Marcus White Allen, but trucked the guy at the end of the play. Good run by Burton that got Homestead into a third and manageable situation. And this was Burton's first carry of the game. This one went for 6, straight up the middle and into the end zone. Ryan Burton had 3 touchdowns last week in the game against Wayne. And I said earlier that Hardwick was injured in the Carroll game. Burton did not come in for him right away in that game. Tyler Burris was the first running back to take his place, although Burton did have the 100-yard game against Wayne. And meanwhile, here's one of the other plays that he was able to put together earlier in this game. Burton got a crease after back-to-back penalties, converted a first down on 1st and 20. After back-to-back penalties, that was a drive where Homestead started in plus territory. And he has had a heck of a game on the ground tonight, even with Braden Hardwick out for perhaps the foreseeable future. He's out for tonight, but hopefully we'll be able to see him at some point during the postseason. Go ahead and get one more word in from our sponsors here at Summit City Sports. Our word from our sponsors at Parkview Sports Medicine. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. Parkview is the region's largest integrated sports medicine team. They provide athletes specialized services from improving their performance to recovering from injuries. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Well, the second half will start here in just a matter of moments. The teams, I believe, will get some extra time to warm up. But in the meantime, we will take a break and come back for the start of the second half here on SummitCitySports.com.
Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels.
The Acne Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acne Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete ceiling, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne. Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Parkview Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more information. Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age, any skill level.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, We're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age, any skill level.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Welcome back. We are just about ready for the start of the second half between Homestead and Southside. The Spartans lead at 42-0. They will be getting the ball to start the second half. And it will be a running clock situation as well, because we are at that point in the game where with a 35-point lead or more, the game goes to a running clock, and right now it's a 42-point lead. So, again, Homestead will get the ball to start the second half, and it will be a running clock. Now we'll see if the starters come out for the second half for the Spartans. May play a little bit and then give way to the backups. The game against Concordia, I did that game in week 2 along with Rex Smith. The Spartans brought in the backups in the fourth quarter. Well, I believe in the third quarter, they let the starters continue on. Well, Homestead came into this game with a chance to finish the regular season completely undefeated. Unless Southside puts together 42 points, that will be the case. Homestead's next game, again, will be in 2 weeks on November 1st. That will be against Noblesville in the first round of section playoffs. Southside will play Huntington North. Trevor Hapner will kick it away. It's a line drive kick fielded at the 19-yard line. That's Jared Kistler on the return. He gets to the outside, still on his feet. Kistler into Southside territory and out of bounds just short of the 40-yard line. A big return by Jared Kistler. He fielded that ball at the 25-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 40. So that's going to be a 35-yard run by Kistler on the return. I believe this is the third time today that Homestead has started in plus territory. They go with the jet sweep. And that's going to be a good gain on first down for Caleb Fritsch. There is a flag down, so we'll see if the play stands. He got to about the 34-yard line. And it looks like it's going against the Homestead Spartans. It's a holding call against the Spartans that brings the ball back to the 46. Mark it off from the spot of the foul. Going to make it first down and 16. They hand this one off straight ahead. That's Burris, still on his feet. Did he lose the football? I don't think so. I think he just got pushed back. And meanwhile, Grady Swing is in at quarterback for the Spartans. Luke Goody will be getting probably the rest of the night off. Sam Scavo's in the game. He got some minutes late in the second half. And he contributed a couple of games in the first portion of the season. I believe he was the leading receiver in the Week 1 win against Northrop. Burris trying to pick his way down to the 31-yard line. A very short gain, and that may be enough for the first down. I checked it. Check that. It's third down. Did not get enough for the first. Swing will go out of the shotgun. Hand off to Burris, and Burris dropped in the backfield. He didn't get there. A couple of defenders in on that tackle, including Manny Knight. So now the Spartans look like they're going to go for it. This is fourth and looks like about 5. Grady Swing has yet to throw a pass in the game. He has not only played here in the second half. Of course, Luke Goody did all the work in the first half. Swing looks to throw. Goes to the seam, and it is caught. Flag down. Caleb Frisch with the catch. And the Spartans keep the drive going. A big fourth down conversion from Swing to Frisch. Pass interference is the call. So now Homestead is 1 for 1 on fourth down situations. Handoff goes to Burris, trying to break through, and he's down to about the 2-yard line. So Homestead continues to move the ball, and this is a running clock situation again. Homestead's been in this position a couple of times this season. They've got the 42-point lead. All you need is a 35-point lead at the end of half number 1, and then the second half would go to a running clock. Burris takes it up the middle, touchdown. And the Spartans once again add to their lead. The clock does stop on scoring plays, although right now it's running. As Gunnar Fry comes on to attempt the PAT. The snap is down, and the kick is good. And a 49-0 lead for the Homestead Spartans. Clock stops after the made PAT. Be right back after this on SummitCitySports.com.
Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599.
49-0 in favor of Homestead. They lead Southside with 5:51 to go here in the third quarter. Tyler Burris scoring on the touchdown run moments ago, and we'll get a look at that in just a moment on our Traction AP replay. Fry sends it away. Fielded at the 5. That's Javonte Malone on the return trying to reverse his field, and he still is on his feet until now. He got dropped at the 15-yard line, actually got away from the tackle, but reversed his field and went back to the 15. So now we have a moment. We will take a look at our most recent replay. This is Tyler Burris taking it in for 6, making it 49-0 Homestead. And those replays brought to you, as always, by Traction Athletic Performance. And so Southside will now start this drive from their own 15-yard line. Demir Clark was injured in the second quarter. He started this game at quarterback. Roosevelt Norfleet came in to take his place. He remains in and zings it to the sideline, incomplete. That's Roosevelt Norfleet III in at quarterback, not to be confused with head coach Roosevelt Norfleet. I'll make it 2nd down and 10. Again, we are in a running clock situation, so the clock is now at 4:13 and still running, as Homestead looks to go to 9-0 on the season. Norfleet goes out of the shotgun. Man in motion. Fakes the handoff, and now Norfleet goes downfield, incomplete in the direction of Trevor Hapner. That's a good guy to try to throw the ball to. He's a big guy who can pick up good yards after the catch. And it's going to be 3rd and long. You can't help but wonder if we might see Southside try to go for it on 4th down. Obviously, they're backed up in their own territory, but down by 49 points. Would not be surprised to see him try. Back to throw is Norfleet. He throws the screen to Hapner. Can he get there? He's wrapped up across the 20. He will not get there. That was number 36, Aaron Wagner, in on the tackle. Wagner, a sophomore defensive back at 5'9". This is the time of the game where you might see teams get some backups in. But now Southside looks like they will punt it away. Now, Jake Archbold, apparently his night is not done because he's going back to field this punt. He's had some pretty good returns. Of course, he's also caught 2 touchdown passes from Luke Goody in this game. They get it away. Homestead got good pressure there. And that will bounce away from Archbold. And it looks like it'll just roll dead at the 44-yard line, which it does. And that is where Homestead will take over. Grady swing out for his second series. He completed one pass on that last possession. In fact, we'll go ahead and show it to you here on our Traction AP replay. This was on 4th down. Swing took the snap and hit Caleb Fritsch downfield to convert for the first down. That flag came out but did not nullify the play. And meanwhile, the handoff goes to Sam Scavo, still on his feet, and goes out of bounds near the 40-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. It's plenty enough for the first down. Needed to get to the 46 in Southside territory in order to move the chains. Clock stops while they reset the chains. Blitz shown. And the handoff goes straight up the middle. And I believe that was Brevin Adams getting the carry, number 22. And yes, that is... Nope. Actually, I think that was 32. Matt Sharev, a 5'10 senior. And we are inside the final minute of play in the third quarter. Fourth quarter approaching us as Homestead has a 49-0 lead and a chance to add on to it. Can milk the clock down just a little bit. They get off with 3 on the play clock, and that's, I believe, Sharev again. It is Sharev. And he's very close to the first down. But that looks like it will be the final play of the third quarter. And now the third quarter has come to an end. Homestead leading 49-0. It appears that they're on their way to an undefeated regular season and looking forward to a first-round postseason matchup with Noblesville. We'll be right back after this on SummitCitySports.com.
Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age, any skill level.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Back for the start of the fourth quarter as Homestead has the 49-0 lead, and they hand it right off. I believe that's Sharev, and it is. He scoots ahead for a couple of yards. And it looks like he is short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 1. If I'm not mistaken, I'm reading here that Snyder has defeated Bishop Luers 35-0. The 35-0 may be correct, but it seems pretty early for that game to be final. This game's in a running clock, and we just started the fourth quarter. Showing a 13-6 lead for Carroll over Wayne. They hand it off straight ahead to Sharev, and he picks up the first down. Down to about the 22-yard line, and the drive continues for Homestead. DeAndre Coach, I believe, was the one who made the tackle. And it's very close to the red zone for the Spartans as they look to finish the regular season undefeated. Homestead will get next week off. They'll play 2 weeks from now on November 1st against Noblesville. Southside, they will play their first-round postseason game next week against Huntington North. That'll be a home game for Southside. Homestead has to go on the road to play Noblesville. The toss to the near side, that's Sharev, and Sharev is going to be brought down by a couple of defenders. Manny Knight there on the tackle for Southside. Most recent update shows quarter number 4. Dwenger leads Northrop 9-7. Two minutes into the fourth quarter as Homestead allows the clock to continue to milk down. And they motion guys over. Sharev motions, as does Schultz. Handoff will go to Sharev again, trying to bounce to the outside, cuts it upfield, and goes down to the 17-yard line. And that allows the clock to continue to move. Well, tonight Luke Goody certainly added to his league-leading passing yard total. Came in with over 1,900 yards on the season. He threw 3 touchdown passes, playing exclusively in the first half. And they run this one straight up the middle. That's Sharev again. He gets spun around and goes down inside the 35. And it's been a great season for Homestead. They've not only because they're about to head to 9-0 on the regular season, they have beaten some really good programs. Talk about teams like Bishop Dwenger and Snyder. Snyder, a team that they hadn't beaten since, I believe, 2006. But they beat them this year here at Homestead High School. 49-36 was the score. Took a while before Homestead had them put away, but they got the win. They went on the road and beat Bishop Dwenger 17-15. Dwenger so far remains the biggest game on their schedule. Just one loss coming into tonight. Cutting it upfield meanwhile and taking it toward the goal line is Colton Lahrman. And he's short. Did not get in. It's going to make it 1st and goal. Mark it inside the 1. Looks like maybe about the 1.5 yard line. I'm not mistaken, Grady Swing has only thrown 1 pass in this game, but it was a beauty. Threw that in a tight window to Caleb Fritsch. As a couple of guys go in motion. That's Lahrman going in motion. He gets the handoff, breaks a tackle, cuts it upfield. He's in for the touchdown. Colton Lahrman. Lahrman with his first touchdown of the game. And Homestead goes up 55-0. Gunnar Fry will come on to attempt the extra point. He's been very busy tonight. This is his 8th extra point of the game. And now whistles come in. He's got 105 made extra points for his career as a Spartan. Fry is a senior, so this will be his final regular season game. The flag is for offsides. Now the clock is still running. It will, if I'm not mistaken, stop after the extra point is kicked. They get it down, a little bit of pressure. But the kick is good, and Gunnar Fry has not missed tonight. He's 8 for 8 on a night where he reached 100 extra points for his career, make it now 106. So the Homestead Spartans go up 56-0. We'll be right back after this quick break here on SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
Welcome back, everybody. This is high school football here on SummitCitySports.com as Homestead leads at 56-0 over the Southside Archers. Well, Homestead, barring a miraculous comeback, will end the season 9-0 on the regular season. A good return there, meanwhile, by number 24 for Southside, Torrey Jones. Getting the return there for the Archers. And the Archers will now have the ball across, they will have the ball across the 30 at the 33-yard line as they look to put together a drive to potentially end the night. We are in a running clock situation with over 5 minutes to go. The clock is now running after the kickoff was returned. It stops on scoring plays. In case of the last touchdown, it stopped after the extra point. Handoff goes to Johnson, trying to bounce it to the outside. He's pursued in the backfield, reverses his field, still on his feet, and now gets dropped behind the line by Carter Cronenwet. A 6-foot, 185-pound junior linebacker. And the clock continues to move as that's another tackle for loss for this Homestead defense. We've Homestead sacked the quarterback twice tonight. Matt Miller has one of those sacks. Bryce Raber has another. They give it off. That's Johnston again, and he gets back a couple of the yards lost, but not much of a gain there. And it'll be 3rd down and long. They fake the hand. No, they do hand it off, and the ball gets free. And Homestead falls right on top of it. That was number 91, Bryce Roser. Just got a score update from Concordia Northside. Concordia leads that one 35-7. Still a 9-7 score, Dwenger leading Northrop. Yes, we have just heard it is a final from Lewis High School. Snyder wins that one 35-0. Those are some of the scores going on here in the Summit Athletic Conference as the Spartans offense gets back out on the field. They motion a man and hand it off to him. That's number 28, Ethan Chambers, trying to get outside. Cuts it inside the 30 and down to about the 29-yard line. That's a 5-yard gain, make it 2nd and 5 for the Spartans. Coming up on 2 minutes to play in regulation. They hand it off straight up the middle. Broken tackle. That's Sharev inside the 20. Still going. Plunging forward down to the 15-yard line. Sharev running after contact. Well, our most recent replay came earlier in this quarter. Replays brought to you by Traction AP. Colton Lahrman taking the handoff on the jet sweep. He takes it in for 6. And that touchdown made it 55-0, 56-0 on the extra point. 8 extra points made by Gunnar Fry. He now has 106 successful extra points in his career. And now it looks like Grady Swing will take a knee, and he does. Back at the 18-yard line. And may need to take 1 or 2 more knees. The play clock, of course, does reset. Right now the play clock shows about 30 seconds. It's about a 22-second differential between play clock and game clock. So Homestead will need to take 1 more knee, and that may do it. Can run the play clock down, and that'll be it. And Homestead will complete an undefeated regular season. What a great season it has been. Not only the undefeated record, but also the wins against such big opponents. Went on the road to beat Dwenger, and last we heard they were leading against Northrop. Got a big home win here against Snyder, a team that they had not beaten in about 13 years, if I'm not mistaken. Also went on the road and beat the rival Carroll Chargers, and that is a very good Carroll team. It has been for several years under head coach Doug Dinan. Went on the road and beat Northrop. They're definitely an improved team, and obviously Northrop's got their work cut out for them tonight against Dwenger. But last we heard, it was a close game over there. 9-7, Dwenger had the lead. Well, before we go to our final break, we will get in a word from our sponsors that allow us to come out and do the many games that we get to do here on SummitCitySports.com. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kelly Automotive Group is Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit drivekelly.com. Simple, transparent, and reliable. Acme Bar and Grill is currently located at 1105 East State Boulevard, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805. Order your favorite pizza, pasta, salad, and more, all with the click of a button. Acme Bar and Grill accepts orders online for pickup. There we go. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Tom Steel Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook page for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. El Azteca Mexican restaurant has been serving food consistently since 1973. Their recipes use only the best fresh ingredients. They are family-owned, and they pride themselves on great quality. For more information, go to elaztecarestaurant.com. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. You can count on Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning to provide you with a system and solution that fits your unique needs. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana. Their specialized sports medicine team offers direct access to physical therapy and sports physicians in the new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. No referral is needed, which saves you time and money. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more. That's ParkviewSportsMedicine.com. Well, one quick break, and then we will come back to recap what has taken place here at Homestead High School. You're watching high school football here on SummitCitySports.com.
Acne Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acne Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade. You'll work on shooting, dribbling, passing, and defense December 24th through January the 2nd on Tuesday and Thursdays. And the Always 100 Pro Camp 2020 takes you to the next level. It's the real college experience for grades 1 through 12. It's June 8th through June 11th at Trine University.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Well, Homestead wins this one. The final score is 49-0. They defeat Southside, and the Spartans improve to 9-0. They will finish the regular season undefeated on the year. A big year for Homestead with wins over Dwenger, Snyder, and Carroll. A much improved Carroll team from last year. A Carroll team that looks like it's could very well go, I should say, to 6-3 on the regular season. 5-4 if Wayne is able to come from behind in that game. It was close when we last heard. Meanwhile, Southside, they end their season 1-8 on the year. Now, there are some positives to take away from this season. They were able to find a number of running backs who could move the ball in the ground game, but perhaps still looking for some consistency at quarterback, especially with Demir Clark going down tonight. Of course, Demir Clark is a senior, so this will be his final year at Southside, so they'll be looking to fill that role in the years to come. And we'll wait and see if he's able to go next week when Southside takes on Huntington North. That will be their first-round playoff game. Homestead gets the week off. They'll take on Noblesville. Homestead had just about everything working for them. They did have a couple of turnovers in this game, but they were able to respond from that nicely. Luke Goody was on target with his passes, and it wasn't always throwing the ball down the field, though they did hit a deep ball early in the game. Some quick hitters helped to get Homestead's offense going, and now they celebrate not only a conference title that was locked up last week, but now they lock up an undefeated regular season by beating Southside 56-0. And with that, for everyone at Summit City Sports, this is Thad Goff saying so long. Again, the final score, Homestead 56, Southside 0. You've been watching high school football here on SummitCitySports.com.